Hello, hello, and welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and today is Sunday stitching. Doesn't look like it, does it? So I've got something completely different for Sunday stitching this week. You may remember that I recently did a unboxing of some items that were sent to me by the people over at BB Crafts. To use and evaluate and share with my lovely subscribers. Well, today we're going to look at this bag, and it's a bit noisy because of the chain, so I'm going to push the chain to one side, pull out this needle and thread because we're obviously going to need that. Wouldn't be a sewing video without needle and thread. Okay, and we don't need that because that feeds through there. Right, okay, so what have we got? Well, we've got the instructions. Now, last time I was here, I showed you this very briefly when I was doing the unboxing, and we did check and we have got all of the pieces. Okay, and now we're going to see about putting it together. Now, these are picture diagrams, which obviously make it fairly easy to follow, but there's no real sort of detail to them. So I don't know if it's better to have no detail and just follow the pictures, or whether detail is better. But anyway, let's have a go. You're going to learn with me because I don't have any clue, and we'll see how we get on. So we've done step one. We know we have all the pieces. Step two, we need to find this piece with the cutout. Now, I originally thought that this was PLU, you know, artificial leather. I'm now not convinced, because it's got a bit of a leather smell about it, unless that's just my imagination. I can't imagine it is leather. I will list the details of this in the description box for BB Crafts and this particular product and the other products that they sent me, so that you can follow. Right, so we have got this gold bit as here, and we're going to slip this in to this space here. Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? That was easy enough. And it says that we need the screwdriver and those little screws. So this is where we have a problem, and we throw the screws all over the place. So there's my screwdriver. I'm going to try and tip this out in the one spot so that nothing sort of runs away too much. Right, now here, look, are the screws. So I'm guessing we want the smallest because there are two different sizes. There's that one. Oh my goodness, that's tiny. And we do seem to have three of those. So that makes sense. Now, can you see this? Do I need to zoom in? Yeah, no, I'm way off screen really. I need to zoom in a little bit, don't I? Let me zoom you in. And whoops, come closer. Let's try that. Okay, so these need to go into these little holes. So I mean, that's just screwing that into there really, isn't it? And they have given us this little tiny screwdriver, and I must admit it's going in fairly easily. There's no real struggle there at all. So that's the first one. We'll pop the second one in. Now I think if I do all of it on camera, it's going to be a really long video, so I think what I'm probably going to do is get so far, probably be the majority of the stitching that I do off camera. I'll get so far, I'll put you on pause, I'll do some more and then I'll come back. You know, I'll do the stitching as it were and come back. Okay, so that is our, whoops, doesn't help with my fingernails I don't think, because it's hard to pick up. These little screws are so tiny. Okay. Okay, so that is now in and screwed down. So we've done that piece. Install and unfasten the screws. Step 3, we need to put the buckle on, and we need to put the buckle onto this piece here that you see it's got the 4 holes in it. So we've got this, and that's going to go on there, and then, oh, it says that we've got 2 of those, doesn't it? Look. Ah, okay, they're on the inside, because look, on the buckle we need to open this up like that and open the other side. Oh goodness me. Okay, so this is definitely the outside, so I'm going to poke these prongs through. Whoops, goodness me. We're going to poke the prongs through those holes. Just need to open them up in the right position and push that all the way through. Okay, that's good. Now I need to find another one of those silk. Right, here's one, and that folds out, so okay, that was fairly easy. Now apparently there's another one of them, so these are our pieces. That's our side for our handle, there's our screws, there's our chain. Now for some reason I don't seem to have another one of those, which is going to be problematic. Now I'm sure I've got it, it's just a case of where. I can't imagine they'll have sent it out with a piece missing, would they? Surely not. That's definitely empty. These are our pieces. Mind you, it doesn't seem like it's going to move, so I'm just going to bend it down that way, like that. Okay. And I'm guessing then that what that means is that that is going to fold over, it's going to go through there, yeah, and there's our clasp. Look at that, looking good already. Okay, so we've got that on there and we've done that. So now step 4, and this is where the stitching comes in. We need to find 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and it says, so 1 and 2 together. So this one gets sewn to that one, does it? And that one gets sewn to that one. Is that right? Let's just double check. And then right, sorry, I'm just trying to read the instructions to make sure that I'm going to get this right. So it appears to me as if that should go there, that should go there, and then this long piece, it's not quite the bottom, is it? Or is it? I suppose that's how it curls round. And now it looks like we've actually got a middle, because I didn't realise this, but when you look here, there's 2 pockets. So I'm suggesting now that actually it goes that way round. Look, it's going to go that way, isn't it? Because that is all of those holes. And that's the drop down for the middle. I think that's what we're saying. Although here it definitely says sew 2 and 12 together. Okay, so we're going to sew a 2 and a 12 together. Oh yes, because then that's going to flap up like that, isn't it? And that's going to flap up like that. There we go. That's what we're doing. Right, got it. So let's open this up. Now I've got 2 needles. So there's one. There's the other one. And I must make sure that I sew them right sides together. So let's snip this. Now this thread, I believe, is a waxed linen. It feels very much like the thread that I sew my journals with. Yeah, it's a waxed linen. Okay, obviously in black. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I don't know if I've got extra or if this is just all that I'm going to need. So let's get this needle threaded. One of the beautiful things about wax linen is you can just press it flat and it threads super easy. Right, now, so we're gonna put it, as it were, wrong sides together, right sides out. I'm gonna do a knot, although I don't think a knot's going to really work because these are quite big holes, but we'll see what happens. Have I got a knot? No, I've pulled it straight off. It's not what we usually do on Sunday stitching, is it? We've had a screwdriver out and all sorts. Oh, I can't get a knot in it for some reason. That is very bizarre. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extra bit down the middle like so, and then I'm going to do a stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap the thread around, and I'm going to come back down. Whoops, I caught that around my coffee cup, and that's now made a sort of internal knot. Okay, so I'll line this up to there, and I'm going to stitch. So let's start that one there, which I believe is that one. Is that going to line it up? Yes, it is. So going, whoops, in that one. Okay, and I'm going to do like a running stitch. So I'm just going to go up and then back down. I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do because it doesn't tell me, but that's what we're opting for. So up there, down there, in there. That's what I'm doing. So by doing this sort of up and down running stitch, and I can see that I've got my holes, or I did have my holes lined up now because I can see daylight through them. So I'm just going to go up and down, and then I'm going to go back through that one and back through that one to make sure that I've got this like continual line of stitching. That's my plan. So back down there. Okay, and then we'll go up there, down there, whoops, and then up there, and then down there. So we actually, it's more of a back stitch. It feels a bit weird to do, but it is working. Right. So this is obviously where it's going to get a little bit boring for you. So I'm going to put the camera on pause. I wonder if it's easier to miss one and then come back, and if that's going to give me the continual stitch that I want. Yes, it is. There you go. So the answer is miss one, go through the next one, and then come back through that one, and that's given me that strong double stitch. Is that right? Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing. Right, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to get this stitched, and then I'll come back and we'll do the next stage together. Okay, so I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I'm back. So I've now stitched the 2 short pieces to the longer pieces, as it said. Now I did start to stitch down the side, and as I was doing so, I realised one piece was wider than the other, and I thought that couldn't be right. And that's when I realised that actually what we were doing by sewing these 2 pieces on was making this longer, because this is gonna go down here, and then that corner piece stitches there, and then that stitches there in the corner. So I'm going to set 2 now, and I'm going to connect this side piece to the back. So what I did was I came through, because I couldn't get a knot, if you remember, I came through, held my thread, and then I just went back through that top one. So now what we're doing is we are stitching this. So this is, as it were, the depth that we're now stitching to the back. Okay, and then come back, whoops, come back through. It's a little bit fiddly in that obviously you've got holes that you're working with, and I mean obviously they've had to do that because the fabric is much too stiff on your hands for you to be able to sort of stitch through yourself. I think unless you're an experienced leather stitcher or whatever, you're not going to find it very easy on the hand. So I'm going through the front, and then I'm going back a hole like that. Okay, so then we go to the next one hole, and then I'm going back one. So I'm always stitching on the diagonal, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going into the next hole here, and then I'm going back one. I don't know if this is right because I'm not an experienced, leather stitcher. It just feels right, so that's what I'm doing. And it seems to be getting a nice tight stitch into, she says, into each hole, and that's what you want, you see. And of course the waxed linen is grabbing onto itself, which is what it does. We know that from journal making. And then as you pull, you see the stitch goes flat. So I'm pulling it open all the time to get the needle, can you see, on the angle, because I'm going back up a stitch and then pulling it tight, and it's gripping. And then you can see from the back it's a continual stitch, because then you sort of go into the next hole, but you're going backwards into the one that you've just come out of. And that's how you're getting this nice strong stitch. So again, that's quite boring for you to watch, really, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is put the camera back on pause. I'm going to carry on stitching, and then when I get this all the way round, I'll come back to you. All right? Okay, well, I'm going to have to stop here because it's really starting to cramp my hands. But you can see, I mean, obviously I've got my thread ends that I need to sort out, but you can see now how it's going to come together, and that is going to give us a nice 2-inch depth to each of the compartments, and obviously this is going to fold over. So yeah, to assess the kit, I think it's great quality for the money. You've got every component you need. You're going to be left with needles. I'm pleased with it. The instructions, they are more than adequate. More than adequate. And I think if it wasn't for my hands cramping up, I could happily spend the afternoon just sitting here sewing and getting it finished. In the meantime, shall we thread our ribbon through? Reminds me of a French scarf. I don't know how much we're going to need, and I'm not quite sure. Oh, they do feed it through sort of every other one. So I'm just going to pop this in, have a look, see what this looks like. Yeah, see, that's going to be lovely, isn't it? So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. I think it's good value for money. It's something different to do. I mean, we sew and stick all the time, but we don't generally make a handbag, do we? So yeah, I'm very pleased. What's happened here? Ah, is there a connection there? That's got stuck, has it? There we go. Let's do that again. So yeah, I'm pleased with it. I think it was great to do something different. Obviously I won't leave you hanging, as it were. I'll try and do a bit more during the week and either get it finished and show you the finished results on next Sunday's video, or if I don't get it finished, because we have got the Easter holidays, haven't we, and all sorts of things going on, then we'll finish it together. Oh. Now that's the only thing I will say. These links are not brilliant. They're not brilliantly closed. Consequently, the fabric is tending to come through the link. That is the only thing. But yeah, I mean, this is lovely with this through here. And obviously these will hook onto here, along with the actual chain handle. So you've got a short handle if you want to hold it like that, or you've got a long handle if you want it over your shoulder, and then that will just dangle. That will just dangle across the front if you want to. So there you go. That's part 1 of the BB Crafts handbag. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.